Ever pondered the thought, are there too many of us on this planet? It's a question that's been asked time and time again, and it's more pertinent than ever in our current era. As we delve into the matter, let's first understand the concept of overpopulation and its implications. Overpopulation refers to the condition where the number of people in an area exceeds the resources and facilities available for their survival. It's like having too many guests at a party and running out of snacks and drinks. Only in this case, the party is our planet, and the snacks and drinks are vital resources like food, water, and clean air. Now you might be wondering, how did we get here? Well, the world population has seen a dramatic increase over the last few decades. To give you some perspective, in the early 1900s, the global population was roughly 1.5 billion. Fast forward to the mid-20th century, and it had doubled to 3 billion. Today, we're looking at a staggering 7 billion and counting. This rapid rise isn't just a result of more babies being born, it's also due to advancements in medicine and technology that have dramatically increased life expectancy around the globe. People are living longer, healthier lives, and while that is a triumph of human progress, it also contributes to the swelling numbers. But the question isn't just about how many of us there are. It's also about the impact this swelling population has on our planet. Increased demand for resources, strain on the environment, and the struggle for space are just a few of the challenges that come with overpopulation. The Earth is groaning under the weight of over 7 billion humans. But what does this mean for our future? Well, that's a question we'll continue to explore in the next scenes. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the strain on resources, the human impact, the role of birth rates, and possible solutions to this global challenge. To understand the gravity of the situation, consider the strain this puts on our planet's resources. As we delve into the impacts of overpopulation, we must first acknowledge how this surge in human numbers is straining our natural resources. Water, for instance, is a critical commodity, yet, as our population grows, so does our demand for it. Considering that less than 1% of Earth's water is readily accessible for human consumption, this is a pressing concern. Next, let's look at fossil fuels. These non-renewable resources have been our primary source of energy for centuries. But as we continue to burn these fuels at a staggering rate, we're not only depleting our reserves but also contributing to climate change. And then there's our arable land. As the population continues to swell, the demand for food increases. This has led to extensive conversion of forests into farmlands, causing a significant loss of biodiversity and driving numerous species towards extinction. Speaking of extinction, it's not just about the loss of unique species, it's also about the disruption of ecosystems. With every species that disappears, the delicate balance of our ecosystems gets disrupted, leading to unforeseen consequences that could affect our very survival. Now let's talk about deforestation. Forests are our planet's lungs, absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. But rampant deforestation to make way for human settlements and agricultural lands has resulted in an alarming loss of these vital ecosystems. Lastly, we can't ignore the severe impact on our oceans. Overfishing, pollution, and climate change, all driven by our growing population and our relentless pursuit of resources, are causing unprecedented damage to marine ecosystems. It's a grim picture, isn't it? But it's important to understand that these are not isolated issues. They are all interconnected and they all stem from the same root cause: overpopulation. So, when we talk about the strain on resources, we're not just talking about running out of stuff. We're talking about the very fabric of life on Earth being stretched to its breaking point. The Earth's resources are finite and overpopulation is pushing them to their limits. But it's not just about the planet, it's about us too. The human impact of overpopulation is profound and far-reaching, touching every aspect of our lives. Imagine living in a city where every inch is occupied, where you're constantly shoulder to shoulder with your fellow human beings. This is the reality for many, as overpopulation leads to overcrowding. It's not just an inconvenience but a serious issue that affects our mental and physical health. Overcrowding can lead to increased stress levels, aggression, and health issues. It's like being stuck in a crowded elevator, but the doors never open. Overpopulation can also lead to poverty. As more people compete for the same resources and jobs, many are left behind. It's estimated that nearly half of the world's population, over 3 billion people, live on less than $2.50 a day. That's less than the cost of a cup of coffee for half of the planet. Health issues are another major concern. Overpopulation means more people to feed, and unfortunately not everyone gets enough. Malnutrition affects over 800 million people worldwide, with children being especially vulnerable. And let's not forget about access to healthcare. With more people needing medical attention, resources are stretched thin, leading to inadequate healthcare for many. But it doesn't stop there. Overpopulation also has economic impacts. When resources are strained, economies can struggle. When there are too many people and not enough jobs, unemployment rates soar. This can lead to increased poverty rates and economic instability. Overpopulation isn't just a number, it's a reality that affects people every day. It's the constant stress of living in an overcrowded city, the struggle of living in poverty, the sadness of seeing a loved one suffer from health issues due to lack of resources. Overpopulation affects every aspect of our lives, from health to economy, from the environment to our very way of life. It's a global issue that needs immediate attention. As we move forward, we must consider the human impact of overpopulation and work towards solutions, not just for the planet, but for us, for humanity. So, how did we get here? The answer lies in our birth rates. High birth rates are a significant factor contributing to overpopulation. To put it simply, when more people are born than die in a given period, the population increases. And when this happens consistently over time, we see a rapid growth in population numbers. Let's take a look at some data to illustrate this. In the mid-20th century, the global population was around 2.5 billion people. Fast forward to the 21st century, and we're looking at a staggering 7.5 billion people. This dramatic increase can be attributed largely to high birth rates, particularly in developing regions of the world. But what's driving these high birth rates? There are several factors at play. A lack of education, especially among women, is a key contributor. When women are educated, they are more likely to understand and exercise their reproductive rights, which often results in lower birth rates. Another factor is the lack of access to family planning. In many parts of the world, people don't have the resources or knowledge to control the size of their families. By providing education and access to contraceptives, we can help people make informed decisions about family size. Cultural factors also play a role. In some societies, larger families are seen as a source of wealth or security. Changing these perceptions is no easy task, but it's an important part of the solution. Lastly, infant mortality rates can impact birth rates. When infant mortality rates are high, parents may choose to have more children in the hope that some will survive. By improving healthcare and reducing infant mortality, we can also help to lower birth rates. In conclusion, birth rates play a significant role in the issue of overpopulation. They're influenced by a variety of factors, many of which can be addressed through education, access to family planning, and improved healthcare. Reducing birth rates is a crucial step towards addressing overpopulation. The situation may seem dire, but solutions do exist. This is where we turn the tide, where we begin to explore the myriad ways we can address overpopulation. One of the most powerful tools at our disposal is education. By investing in quality education worldwide, we can empower individuals with the knowledge to make informed decisions about their futures. This includes understanding the impacts of overpopulation and the importance of sustainable living. Education, particularly for women and girls, has been shown to correlate with lower birth rates and healthier families. Next, let's talk about family planning. This involves making contraception widely available and affordable, but it's more than just that. Comprehensive sex education, access to healthcare, and policies that support women's rights are all integral parts of the bigger picture. By enabling people to control when and how they start families, we can slow down population growth in a respectful and empowering way. Investing in renewable resources is another crucial part of the solution. Fossil fuels are finite, and their extraction and use contribute to climate change. By shifting towards renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydroelectric power, we can reduce our dependence on limited resources. This shift not only aids in the fight against overpopulation, but also helps to mitigate the effects of climate change. Lastly, it's important to remember that this is a collective effort. It's not just about what individuals, communities, or even single countries can do. This is a global issue, and it requires a global response. We need cooperation and collaboration on an international scale. Let's not forget, human beings are remarkably resilient and innovative. We've faced great challenges before and have always found ways to adapt and overcome. The challenge of overpopulation is great, but so is our capacity for innovation and change. It's time to act, for our planet and for our future.